Hello everyone, it's cowZ here, and today I'm going to be trying something a little new, and this is a new series I want to start doing called cowZ Hates Games, as you can see in the title. And the reason why I was inspired to do this, just want to talk about this really quick, is that my friend is very optimistic about video games, and I'm very negative about video games. I always see the bad parts, I always see like everything that's wrong with the game. That makes it really hard for me a lot of games, and even though if I really like a game, I'm very good at telling like what's wrong with it. And so I wanted to kind of make this series where I kind of just like point out a lot of bad stuff about games. And the easiest place to start is a card game. Yes, this game. I want to love this game, guys. I want to love it so bad, but there is major balance issues in this game right now, and it's not like balance issues like in Hearthstone, where it's like or complaints where a lot of people have in Hearthstone where it's like it's imbalanced because I don't have the cards. It's not about not having the cards. It's about some of the cards are just so dumb. Like, I'm gonna go through it and just show you guys some of these examples and give you guys reasons why. And I don't know if you've played this game or not, but if you have, you might know what I mean. And you have to play it for a little while. Like when you first start playing it, it's not that bad, but then you start to realize that it is like really bad, and these cards are just absolutely dumb. So here we go. Martyrdom. This is one of the number one offenders for me. This is a common card, not even common. This is a just class card that you get by leveling up this faction. And I don't know whoever made this card and thought this card was balanced was actually brain dead. Like, it makes literally no sense to me. I have no words. And the thing is that's crazy is, so someone made this card, right? And then they showed that card to 1, 2, 3 other people, and all of those people were like, yeah, that looks balanced. Yeah, we can put that in the game. And I'm just like, how? Let me compare this card to you, or compare this card, not to you, to another card for you. If we go over to the Vitruvian, these guys have a class card. Entropic Decay. Destroy one enemy minion nearby your general. So it has the downside that it has to be nearby your general, whereas this one is any minion anywhere. And it also has the downside of +2 mana. That's a pretty good card. This card is bonkers. So it restores that minion's health to its general. That's the downside of this card, assuming you're not using on your own minions for some weird ass heal. But you can play this card on turn 1. Now, it's only fair to tell you to note that if the enemy is at full health, even if like it's not like not like Magic, they can't go above their starting health. So if you're at 25 health or they're at 25 health and you use this card, they don't gain any health, even if you destroy someone with 8 health. That's something really important to note for the early game, because if you haven't hurt them yet, like I said, they drop Martyrdom. You destroyed a minion for 2 mana with no downside. Or maybe you healed him for 3. Ooh, no. Oh no, the downside of the card is so strong. Oh. No, it's fucking bonkers. I have no idea how this card is allowed to exist in this game. It's like the person who made this card had a fucking brain, because this card is really balanced. This is like the epitome of balance for a removal spell in this game. Because of course different games vary on different balance. In this game, a big reason why this card is insane is because you draw 2 cards every turn. Okay? And it's like Hearthstone in a way where you can't protect your creatures. Protecting your creatures from removal spells is very, very difficult. I think Vitruvian has one card that's like, give a minion protection from spells, and there's one neutral card that's like give a minion protection from spells for 1 turn. And there's a very small amount of cards that have protection from spells, like maybe 2. So, in Magic, of course, the reason why a 2 mana removal spell is balanced, well, kind of balanced, I don't think they really make them that much anymore, but is because if you're playing a deck where you need your minions to stay alive, you have, unless your deck is terrible, you have ways of keeping those creatures alive. You're ready for that. In this, it doesn't matter. If you are trying to play a control deck, you drop your 8 mana bomb, you're like, yes, I'm feeling so good. They martyrdom that shit for 2 mana, play like 2 minions, you just lost the game. That's game over. You can't come back. And it's a horrible feeling, and especially when they do it like twice. Like, I love playing control decks, but I just can't. I tried making a control deck, and it's really cool, and there's really cool top end minions, but when you drop it, and then martyrdom. And this isn't the only offender. I said this is the top offender. We also have cards like Chromatic Cold. It's a good example. Not quite as insane, but 2 damage to anything and silences. It's not as big of an offender, but this is the one I'm talking about. Hailstone Prism. Return any minion to its action bar. Boom, bomb, 8 mana. Ha, back in your hand. 2 mana. They have 6 mana open, probably, maybe 7, 8. No, it's 6. Yeah, so they have 6 or 7 mana open. And just drop, like, they drop two more minions, and you're done. That's it, game over. And oftentimes this will, against a control deck, destroy the minion, because you draw cards at the end of your turn. So if I spend my entire turn playing 1 minion, I'm probably going to draw to max hand. Unless I've been playing a lot of small stuff, which is possible, but if your hand's full, it destroys the minion, you only can have 6 cards in your hand, so, and you draw 2 at the end, like I said, so it does destroy minions quite often against control decks. And other than that, just, like, who made, like, it's like they just compared their game to Magic the Gathering and didn't think about their actual mechanics. They're like, well, Magic has 1 mana, return minions to your opponent's hand, so we just make it 2 mana, it's fine. No. No, God, no, you draw 2 cards in this game, and there's no way for me to react to that happening. So because you draw 2 cards in this game, you have a lot more room to put in cards with lesser effects, with, you know, you don't have to have all your cards be amazing, I guess, or all cards have like really big impact, and it opens up a lot more availability for utility cards because you're drawing 2 cards. If you know, even though this doesn't trade, like, even though it doesn't like go 1 for 1 because you're going 0 for 1, it's because you draw 2 cards, that's a lot more negligible. And of course in Hearthstone the sap, which is 2 mana, but again in Hearthstone you draw only 1 card, so that's a 1 for 1 trade. And in this it still is, but it's, like I said, it's much more negligible because you're drawing 2 cards, so even though you use this, it doesn't really mean anything. And that's, I could sit here and talk about all kinds of crazy shit this game has wrong with it, and maybe I will if you guys want me to. I don't know. If anyone wanted to, I will, but that's the main stuff. I just wanted to vent about how unbalanced those cards are, and how just because those cards exist, control decks cannot exist. Because the mana cap is 9, for these big bombs like my Dark Nemesis that I was trying to played on 7 mana, it doesn't have immediate impact on the board. Most big minions don't, and they do any one of those things to it, and I'm just like, I'm out. With the Atropic Decay, at least they're paying 2 more mana for it, so they're not like, they can't play that and then like a bomb on top of that, or like that and like 2 minions, right, or like 2 decent minions. So, and of course it has to be next to them, so I can, like, there's counterplay for that card. Against Entropic Decay, I can put my minions away from their general, but there's no counterplay to those other 2 cards. There's literally no counterplay. Okay, I say literally no counterplay. There's like 2 options, and they're 2 really bad options that don't even last that long. Like I said, there's the 1 card that gives you protection from spells for like 1 turn, and it's like, It not even gives you, it gives 1 minion protection from spells for 1 turn. Yep. Oh, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. There might not even be one I'm thinking of. Anyway, so yeah, those are the main offenders. I could sit here and talk about a lot of unbalanced cards, but those are the ones that really frustrate me. Really frustrate me, because like I want to play control deck. I really do, and I just can't. Actually, there's one more card I want to talk about. I want to talk about Divine Bond, because this is another card where it's like, someone made this card. Someone actually made this card and was like, this works. I cannot tell you how many times I've lost this card. Literally. Okay, I keep saying literally. I really gotta stop saying literally, but like, actually, it might be literally countless times. Thinking about it, I've lost so many games because of Divine Bond, because it's so easy. It's so like easy to just get huge amounts of attack out of this card. For instance, this Iron Cliff Guardian, a lot of times I can't deal with this card. So what I'll do maybe is I'll silence it, or I'll move it somewhere else, and I'll be like, okay, it's done, right? I don't want to invest, into killing it because that's 10 health, and then all of a sudden there's like, Divine Bond, you're dead. And it's like, okay, so I gotta counterplay that, right? So I'm like, okay, so I have to invest tons into killing this Guardian just because I have to watch over Divine Bond. But then it's not even just about getting that amount, like the 10, like with this guy, 5 health for 3 mana, you get 5 attack and just burst, right? And it just, oh my god, that card frustrates me so much. Not as much as the other ones, but it hurts my spleen. Okay, I want to keep this video pretty quick, guys, so yeah, hopefully this series will be okay. I actually really enjoy making this. I really like hating on games. I really like jumping in or talking about a game I've never even played before and being like, this game sucks. I don't know why, just hating on games is like a passion of mine. So not that I don't also love games. This was a really fun game for a while, just those problems actually really stopped me from playing it. So yeah, there's a lot of games I want to talk about and just hate on for a little bit, tell you guys all the problems with it that I see. And not all games will be games I necessarily think are bad. Just games I personally don't like myself. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Deuces.